Who is the best player in the world? This is a question that everyone asked, and well, you might think of names like JudeBellingham, KylianMbappe, or even ErlingHaaland. But what if I told you there's an underappreciated talent who has the same number of goal contributions as main BallonDor contender JudeBellingham, and he has been carrying his team this season, but barely anyone talks about him. The player I'm talking about is PhilFoden. Okay, wait, before you call me a biased Man City fan, even the manager Pep Guardiola stated that he's the best player of the season so far, and I agree with him. Also, I believe he could win the 2024 BallonDor. Now, before you call me deluded, have you seen his performance against Manchester United? In a must-win game for us, we were losing 1-0 to them, which is kind of embarrassing considering their form. No offense, Manchester United fans. Anyways, in the 56th minute, a moment of magic was produced. While Man United were parking their bus, PhilFoden received the ball from Rodri in the right wing. He ran to the edge of the box and scored an absolute banger. 24 minutes later, Foden combined with Alvarez to grab a lead against United, and this goal would be his 78th goal for Man City, surpassing his idol David Silva's goal tally. Also, by the time of this recording, he now has 28 goal contributions this season, the same contributions as JudeBellingham. This shows how underrated Foden is. Just because he doesn't have the Real Madrid PR doesn't mean he needs to be excluded from all the conversations. Anyways, the match would end in a 3-1 win for the Blues. Although he did not score the third goal, this game was all about him. The way he carried us on the back and scored 2 good goals proved the myth that he never scores on big games wrong. Well, in fact, he scores against big teams on multiple occasions. Like for example, he scored at Anfield multiple times in his career, and last season he bagged a hat-trick against Manchester United. However, football fans with their short memory had forgotten what he did and kept criticizing him with the words overrated and bench player. But why is that? See, in the beginning of last season, he was on fire. Just like I said, he scored a hat-trick against United and was on every headline. However, he kept playing out of his main position and disaster struck as he had an appendix surgery halfway through the season, which made him lose his game time and starting position to Jack Grealish, which, to be fair, he helped City win the treble. However, although Foden didn't contribute much to City's triumph in the Champions League final, City's main creator, Kevin De Bruyne, had to be subbed off due to injury. I was so worried when this happened, but when PhilFoden came to replace him in the center attacking mid, which is his main position, I was confident that we would win the final. And oh, he did not disappoint. He showed glimpses of his true potential, helping City win their first ever Champions League and treble. And this was a turning point for PhilFoden's career. Due to his impressive performance in the final, Guardiola decided to put him back to the starting 11 this season. With Gundogan leaving and Kevin De Bruyne being injured at the start of the season, PhilFoden was tasked as the main creator, and oh boy, he delivered. He got 9 goals and 9 assists in all competitions before the return of De Bruyne, and was carrying City in the Premier League and Champions League with his top performances, as he dribbled past defenders, made beautiful assists, and scored crucial games, just like the game against Everton and Leipzig, where Foden orchestrated in City's comeback wins.
PhilFoden, and he's onto it, and he scores! Foden, still Foden, Alvarez!
However, when Kevin De Bruyne came back, everyone thought Foden would lose his place. But Pep, being the genius he is, somehow made both Foden and De Bruyne play in the middle together, which proved to be useful as PhilFoden scored a hat-trick against Brentford in January. He was famous for a week, but all of a sudden, the next few weeks, he would disappear because really no one really cares about him, and would only care for his teammate and goal scorer ErlingHaaland. But on March 2nd, 2024, Man City would face their biggest ever rivals, Man United, in a crucial game for the title race. Even though Man United are far from title contenders, this is a must-win game for Man City. Pep started Foden in the right wing, not in the midfield. So Foden took this as a challenge, and the rest is history.
Need that goal. Here's PhilFoden.
A display like that would make Foden get the Man City Player of the Month award for the second time this season, and he appeared everywhere in social media. Everyone started to praise him and realize how good he has been, although in a couple of months, people will still forget about him due to how stacked this Man City squad is. If you don't believe how good he is, just look at his stats and highlights and you'll understand. Now, one of the things Foden lacked is his consistent form in the England national team, but it's not really his fault, as the manager Gareth Southgate never really played him. And when he did play him for some games this season, he proved to be crucial. As a huge Foden fan, a BallonDor shot would be too early as we are currently in March. But if he keeps playing like this and wins the Premier League, Champions League and Euros, I believe he would be a massive contender for the trophy, and I believe he could win it.